High up in the apartments where we damage test all these weapons is actually an exosuit. It is the Brummbar Exoskeleton. Where exactly is this location? Pretty close to the Palace of Culture in the White House. To get there, you just run up here, enter through the thing, the lower entrance there, and then climb up these stairs. The base stats on the Brumbar are pretty decent. We're looking at thermal, electrical, chemical of all around 1.5 to 1.7, radiation protection of 3, psi protection of 1, and physical protection of 4. And it does start at 100% durability, maximum carry weight of 8, with 9.5 base weight and 4 artifact containers. And it also has an upgrade already pre-installed, so now we're going to go over the upgrades. Let's look at the upgrades on this. So I do not have suppressor on this save file, but you can get the 5% psi protection suppressor for 125. For the other upgrades on the head, it has a sprayed protective layer baked in, so it has weight reduction, wear resistance already. You can get additional physical 10, wear resistance 25, and then another physical 15, wear resistance 25. Now these are better than these. So weight reduction 1, and then carry capacity increased 10%. Getting more wear resistance and physical protection is just better if you're going to be upgrading these slots anyways. This allows your armor to last longer, in addition to maxing out your physical protection. So it's pretty important. And for the chest, we have radio protection, or psi protection. But because its psi protection is actually quite low, getting this doesn't really improve the psi protection by much, so it's not really that worth it. You can get sprints, which is huge. And then for the artifact container slots, you can get 4 lead containers and a 5th container.
Come back.
Now let's look at the base stats, fully upgraded. So it does actually max out its physical protection, and it does have very high radiation protection. Having 5 slots and 4 lead containers is pretty huge value. Now the base value of the fully upgraded Brumbar is 363k, which is a little bit cheaper than other exosuits, which tend to sit around 400. So you're going to have slightly cheaper repair costs at the expense of less carry weight improvement relative to other exoskeletons. Let's do a good old-fashioned burn down. $88. 82. 82 is good. To repair the fully upgraded Brumbar at 82% durability, so 18% repair, we're looking at 15k. This could be a good reason to run this over other exoskeletons. It has a lot of wear increases, as well as a lower base value when fully upgraded. And if you were to cheap out on the upgrades and just skip the shoulder upgrades and buy as many lead containers as you need, so let's say your build calls for like 2 lead containers, if you cheap out, that reduces the base value of the suit. This could be competitive with other suits in that it's a cheap, high durability option that has really good physical protection, but it does lack in psi protection. The radiation protection is fantastic. Thermal, electrical, chemical are kind of middling, but that doesn't really matter as much. The main things you want are high physical, high radiation, and high psi for endgame stuff, especially for specific bosses. But the psi protection is not as important as physical, because in combat you're getting shot at and attacked, and that's the #1 stat, I would say. So pretty good overall. I would give this like a 7.5 out of 10. It's pretty competitive with other things, but those other things are a lot better. So relative to them, it's not nearly as good, but it's still decent. It's a decent option. You do have to get into Pripyat to get it, which does factor in, because there are so many free exosuits and exoskeletons in Pripyat that this being one of like 7 of them, or however many there are, doesn't really make it as competitive unless it had some interesting feature. Like Operator and Ruby get the 20% accuracy increase, and Diamond is just like super lightweight, high carry capacity, high tanking, and so on. But this might be a cheap option, depending on how you upgrade it. So for that reason, it's like decent. But that's it for this one. Definitely like and subscribe if you found this useful, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.